Hi there. On this Jeep Renegade Guy, we take a look together at a 2017 Jeep Patriot rental car that I have from my dealership while my 2015 Renegade is getting service on it. Now, this 2017 here is a Patriot high altitude, and this is the highest trim spec. So these start in the range of about $33,000, and I'm going to tell you the 5 reasons that I think it's overpriced and I don't understand why people still buy these. Before we go into the things that I don't like about this 2017 Patriot, we should note it is a small 4-door SUV from Jeep that came out in 2007. It is a transverse mounted with a 4-cylinder motor in here. This happens to be the 2.4 liter, and it makes about 173 horsepower. Now with that, it is mated up to a Hyundai 6-speed shiftable transmission that's pretty lethargic, and this particular high altitude version has the highest spec that you can possibly do in one of these Jeep Patriots. Now, my guess is there's a lot of other people that don't quite understand why you would still buy one of these when the new Compasses and the Jeep Renegades are out, and that might be why this 2017 version with 4,000 miles on it is already a rental car for the repair department. Now that we've had an overview of this altitude, let's get into the 5 things. The first thing on my list is going to be the dashboard. So this dashboard has the old Daimler Chrysler font logos. It's backlit with yellow, and in 2017 it really should have a much better look than it does. Now, one thing to mention here is while they've facelifted most of the things in the car, they've let this remain the same since 2007. Staying with what's inside of the Jeep, the next thing that I should mention is I'm about 5'9" and have normal sized arms, so for my seat to be at a point where I can actually put my wrist over the steering wheel like you should in a proper position, you'll notice that my foot on the gas pedal here, yeah, it almost hits the steering column. And then if you put your foot on the brake, I'm actually all the way on the steering column. That's with just a normal 30-inch inseam for a leg. Now, I think a lot of the reason for that is we've got a lever here to be able to adjust the steering position, but that neither changes where the steering column is underneath the dash, nor does it have a function to extend or retract the steering wheel. So in this particular car, you got to send that seat forward to get to the pedals and still reach the steering wheel. The third thing on our list is for a car that starts in the low 30s. You'd expect power adjustable seats, and while you can adjust it forwards and backwards, the seat back is non-adjustable and your passenger seat is entirely mechanical. Now with that, let's also look at the other small things that have been cheated by an old car masquerading as an upgraded version. We've got our touchscreen unit here, and while it's got maps and all that good stuff, you'll notice that the font is really old. I mean, there's better GPS units in the aftermarket, and I love how over time they've upgraded. They've added a USB plug right there. If you take a look at that, you can still see the mounts where it should have had a button that was clipped in, but instead they just popped that out, and rather than redesigning the head unit there, they just keep using it. The fourth thing I'm going to mention about this car is the attention to quality. This car has 4,000 miles on it, and already the weather stripping is coming off of the car. The other thing you'll notice is that the dash, there's not a soft touch plastic in place. Listen to this. The final thing is the technology of the car. So when we look around and we look at all the cars that are out there that can be worth $30,000, some of the things that you're going to get on another car are things as simple as windows that go down on their own. This car doesn't have them, but at least your driver's does. So does a $13,000 Nissan. Next thing, take a look at our sunroof. If we look on top of the car, you'll notice that it makes up just a very small portion of the total size of the roof. And back here, when you open it up, it is hardly larger than my hand. So I'll go ahead and press the open button. Oh, this one you might have to hold too. Now keep in mind, those are the 5 things that in only about 100 miles I've determined that I really don't like about this Jeep Patriot. But keep in mind, my Renegade's in the shop, and so did I really make a better decision? You be the judge. Oh, and before I forget, when's the last time you've seen an antenna on a car in 2017? Look at that thing bounce around. Thanks for watching, and subscribe for more.